Welcome to the ForeverVerse, a mysterious tale of explorers jumping from life to life, facing game mechanics that are not their own, and hoping that the next adventure will be the one to lead them home. This week's song is titled In This Town.
Inspired by the town that we just entered.
Inspired by the town that they were currently in the last game.
Merkleon.
Merkleon.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this town, they don't know your name. No one cares, you gotta make your own way. Deaf to every word that you say. In this town. In this town, people pass you by. They look at the ground before they look you in the eye. You can't tell the truth from a lie. In this town. In this town, you learn how to make it alone. In this town, you forget how it feels to be home. In this town, you'll meet the end of the road. In this town, they'll never let you go. In this town, they'll feed on your fear. Show them you're weak and you'll just disappear. Your soul becomes a cheap souvenir. In this town. In this town, you can't get out a back door. Nothing's enough, they'll just keep taking more. You're not the only one keeping score. In this town. In this town, you learn how to make it alone. In this town, you'll forget how it feels to be home. In this town, you'll meet the end of the road. In this town, they'll never let you go. Fishers walk the south by the sea. The church is over there. The market's in the middle. But my place in this town might always be nowhere. In this town, you learn how to make it alone. In this town, you'll forget how it feels to be home. In this town, you'll meet the end of the road. In this town, they'll never let you go.
So, when we last left our adventure, upon discovering their discarded ship in the water and having just thwarted a set of bandits, their guide, Edward Merkleon, is currently being held and fined for holding communion illegally in his lighthouse north of the city. The local police chief, the Polini, by the name of Lieutenant Bastion, promised as much leniency as he could offer. What will happen? What secrets does Merkleon have for our group? Let's find out on the ForeverVerse. Now unsure of what to do next, the group has cashed in on what little valuable commodities they have for some coin, in order to discover more of why they have jumped to this strange location, and how it relates to their mysterious voyage on Alupas. Well, team, you've just escaped from the wrath of the bait shop.
That's right.
Evil bait shop.
Bait shop with his
He's an
I
arch
mean,
lich.
That guy
Bait
was
shop
not
owner.
nice.
It wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice.
No, he had a. I think I struck a little bit close to home when I commented on his relationship with his wife.
Told us to get the hell out.
Yeah, he didn't like it very much.
So as you all kind of wander out, sullenly discasted from the streets of the bait shop, you do see, as down the dockside, a familiar, tall,
Oh my
bulky
God.
man of dark complexion approaching you. But now he's carrying a long sword, a hatchet, and sporting a very long and black beard.
Ooh, and he's on the dock side.
He's walking along the dockside.
He's not on
He
the.
didn't have a beard before?
Oh, he had a beard before,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's much.
I have
You're like,
another
now he has a
question.
long sword, a hatchet, and a long beard. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Has been some
It's
transformation.
thicker now, right?
It's thicker now, and the light of the sun coming off from the water
Oh,
just kind of
So
highlights
there's the
it.
dock side, and then there's the light side.
There's the dock side and the light side. That's I'm gonna put that one away for later.
Best response. Best response.
Expect a very vicious brute squad for that pun.
I will take it.
but yeah, you do absolutely see that Nathaniel has basically found you. So,
Oh, yeah,
or as he
fateless.
is known in this world, fateless. Yes, of course.
Well.
Fadeless, nice of you to join us again.
It is good to be back.
You got some good stuff?
I have much to tell you,
Oh.
as I'm sure you do to me.
All ears.
Well, yeah, don't go in that bait and tackle shop. That guy's a jerk.
Or if you do go in, act like you don't know us.
Fair enough. Is there anything we need? In the
Bait
bait
and tackle, unfortunately.
Anything that we need.
in the bait and
Well,
tackle
we were
shop.
gonna sell something, right?
We did, and we successfully did it. That's why he got so mad. I have 2 wealth
That's great.
Most excellent.
for I mean,
For all to
for
share.
the rose-colored pearl.
Oh yeah,
So it's not
the booby pearl.
really mine. The booby pearl. That's right.
So, wait, what's your name again?
My name?
His name.
His name.
Is
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
So Alejandro has 2 wealth.
No, please, we have 2 wealth.
That's right.
For the good of the group.
That's right. What are the things that? How do you find yourself exactly where we are?
Well, after some searching, I was able to figure out where you were. Not without some investigation.
I'm sure that people would recognize me wherever I went.
Sure. We'll say that. There has been some developments you would be curious about. The ship is repairable. Not
Really?
without some time and some effort, however.
And some money, I'm sure.
Yes, of course. Money.
Everything always costs so much money.
More than 2 wealth. Sure of that.
Now, I have determined that we were on our way back from our journey. Whatever it is we had been out there for, we had completed. And we're on our way back from it.
Do you know to where? Where did we come from?
Yes, we discovered that last.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Somewhere in the
Yes.
north.
And we were on our way back
place.
from there.
Yes, that smudge. Okay.
But what was our mission that we completed?
I would assume that we were recovering whatever artifact was stolen from the captain's cabin.
An artifact. Did he have an inventory?
Stolen.
Yes, I do not recall what it was, but it is more than likely what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Wait, so we did recover it and then we lost it
No.
again?
Well, when we were at the ship, we did get into the captain's quarters, but we saw the safe in the captain's quarters was already opened and broken into.
And the artifact
So-
was taken.
Something was taken, I assume, after we crashed.
So we did recover an artifact.
Actually, it was probably during the crash because the crash was a result of sabotage.
Dun dun dun.
There was
Whoever
infighting.
stole the item sabotaged the ship, of course.
There was what?
Infighting.
Infighting.
Yes,
A mutiny?
of a sort, I would imagine.
So who else was on our ship, and how do we find them?
That and I cannot recall and was not able to discover.
Is there a manifest?
Wait, do I have it on myself? I'm gonna search myself.
You find a very supple, lithe frame.
All right, easy, Ivan, easy.
Yeah, I do.
But there's nothing.
That's a great answer.
I seriously doubt even if the artifact was known that it would be on the mannequins.
Ah, it was a secret artifact. I see.
Were we the only ones who knew about it? Obviously not, but...
We're the only ones who remain that knew about this.
All right.
How did you come about all of this knowledge?
Went back to the ship.
I'm sorry, hang on a second. Is something funny? What are you laughing at over there? Do you find something amusing on the dock side?
No, if anything, the light side is more amusing.
That depends upon your sense of humor.
Your added diphthongs are brilliant.
Yeah,
Throwing that out there.
I don't think I'm gonna get past it.
Fateless, please continue.
Yeah.
In any event. So, yes, there was sabotage. I would imagine, and this is an assumption, of course, that whatever it was that we were searching for was used to transport the remainder of the crew off the ship, as we were unable to find any trace of them.
A teleportation device?
A teleportation artifact.
Oh,
It could have been a disintegration ray. We may have used it on them. We do not know.
We're
Something
talking
that
about
is
such
corporated.
advanced technology. We had this available on the ship?
I do not know. This is all supposition.
Well, they could have all just gotten on a dinghy and rowed away.
That is true. Is there any dinghy missings?
wait, maybe we traded places with them. You know what I mean? Because
That is an excellent supposition.
wherever we were before in, the place with the veil, perhaps that's where they are now, and we switched places with them.
The only thing that troubles me about that thought is the rest of the crew. Where would they have gone?
Oh, right.
Is there a manifest available for the crew members? How many we had on board?
There will be when we return to Carleon. Carleon?
Carleon?
Is that where we took off from?
Merkleon.
Merkleon.
Merkleon, yeah.
I was attempting to say Merkleon. When we returned to
Merkleon's where we
Merkleon.
are now,
Home
right?
of
Or
the
no?
famous
You didn't
friendly
send
bait
off
and tackle
from
shop.
here.
No, we were sent off from Carleon, right?
From Carleon.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
So we had,
No, Carleon. Carleon is.
Was it Wansborough?
No,
Buttonsboro?
we came from an unnamed town up north.
Yeah. So what?
Merkleon.
What you learned enough was it's
Merkleon.
just the captain's name in that. Based on the charts that you had shown, the navigational charts, is that you were sent off somewhere north of Wadesboro.
Okay.
Carleon is the capital of Avalon,
We came from
and it's
We came
where.
here and-
came
and-
from like
and-
up there.
And we were heading back to.
Yeah, and you may have come back to Wadesboro to dock. That was probably your destination in the return trip.
But then we crashed up here somewhere.
Right. No, wait.
But Carleon is the capital of Avalon, where Queen Elaine resides.
Carleon's where Queen Elaine is?
So we are currently
So
in
we're like
Merkleon.
right up
Like
here.
north of- yeah,
just
still
north
Just
of
north
there.
of Wadesboro.
That's
So
right.
if we were to go to Wadesboro, then we could find out exactly what the crew manifest was.
Oh,
Well-
there is something I really wanted to go to in Waynesboro.
And I bet there's a person there who really wants whatever that artifact is and will probably be looking for us before we even get there.
There's probably something in Waynesboro that is close to the thing that I am searching for in my personal story as well. So we all have reasons to
Care
go.
to share this with us?
No, not yet.
Oh, but don't you care to share it with me?
Excuse me. You turn around and see a tall Inish man decked in city guard attire is standing not terribly far away from you. Right, I'm very sorry to interrupt. Right, you folks, you be the folks who be coming with Merkleon by any chance? Friends of his?
With whom?
Are you the folks who be coming with Edward Merkis by any chance? You friends of his?
It depends who is asking.
I came just to tell you that the mayor of Merkleon, Mr. Lemaine, would very much like to speak with you.
It depends. Mayor of what?
Mayor of Merkleon.
Quinn Lemaine, right?
Quinn
okay.
Lemaine. We wrote his
Yeah,
name down.
Right, it's Mr. Lemaine. I'm sorry, I was sent orders to fetch you, if you please.
Are we being taken as guests?
Oh no, you're certainly being taken as guests. I am under no appointment to force you to do anything,
Very well.
but he graciously asks for your time.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, let's graciously accept and see what there is to see.
Right, as the
I yell it to the bait and tackle shot. Be careful who you're mean to. We're going to see the mayor.
The thick stone walls of the shop prevent any of your heckling from penetrating.
All right.
I'm gonna
no
give it
window.
one of these
He's
to
not-
the shop as we walk by.
He's not looking meanly out the window.
As you see, there's a tiny little doily like looking curtain. As you see a pair of beady eyes, shuffle it as it shuts.
Yes.
As you guys continue to walk and go much farther inland into the main street of the town. As you get closer to the mayor's office, you notice that it's actually sits on a 3-story building on the main street of town, and it's connected to a set of other buildings, though this one is a bit wider than most others on the street. The sidewalk connects the entire cobblestone path together as various coaches and carts make their way down the street. As the city official opens the door, he leads you into a well-lit antechamber with lush carpets and an open seating area to receive guests. You can see there's plush, well-made furniture and various, not incredibly high-end, but well-spoken walls and various elements that suggest not a high amount of wealth, but definitely a status of power inside of the city. There's a side room where you can see several officers are having tea. And in the chairs in front of you, where the guest receiving area is, there are several men and women who seem to be waiting for an audience with the mayor. As the guard ushers you close to the door, you see as the door swings open, and a very well-dressed Avalon man steps out. The smell of flowery perfume permeates your nostrils as he walks through the door. As he gives a wave, he walks out of the mayor's office. You see his long, dignified frame with a long
Do you know
button
him?
frock coat.
It's perfume.
We'll see if you know him.
Unnatural.
He walks with an air of
Who's your
dignity
Avalon?
as his tailcoats follow him like 2 attending servants. And his long black hair tied with a ponytail is accompanied by a long mustache and well-trimmed sideburns. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor. I will be checking in later tomorrow for that brunch, if you please. Thank you for your time.
He's Gaston.
And as he turns around, he sees the 5 of you and goes, "Good day to you. Welcome to Merkleon." As he strides past.
I wink at him and touch my chest like this.
He does a second glance as he continues to walk through the door.
All right.
And both of the men who are sitting on either side of the door do a curt salute as he continues to walk out.
Do I know who he is?
I'm
from
you
here.
want to
That's a big
you
place.
want to make me a little bit of a knowledge, or a little bit of a
Obviously
wits
someone
plus
important.
scholarship roll for me.
From town,
Sounds like a plan.
and he knows we're about to see the mayor.
Find my loose character sheet.
He does indeed. So we should kill him, probably.
I
Is
would
what you're
100%.
saying.
Yeah.
Slow down. Y'all RPG like crazy. Come on now. Slow down.
Immediately, viciously, and
2 raises.
let's not.
That's
question
called
him.
rash
2
playing
raises.
games.
2
Slow down.
raises.
He knows too much.
Obviously.
I will tell you that's enough for you to know that your brain being kind of searching back into the body of
Milton.
Mr. Milton. You seem to recall him. You definitely know who he is. You're not quite sure on the name, but you know that was the assistant to the Duke. He definitely is a man of dignified power, and but the name is not coming to you right now. So, no matter, by the time you recall who he is, you can already hear the clatter of his hooves as his coach continues to trail off into the down the street as the gentleman escorts you inside to the mayor's office.
Is this a courthouse or a palace?
It's the mayor's office.
Or
which
like
serves
the building? Is it
the
more-
building?
Yeah. Is it
No, the
more of a-
building is actually several you
Like
can
a
call them
mansion?
studios, domiciles. They're essentially, I'm trying to find the right term for them. But in England, how there's usually several houses lined up into a single building, they're all very close
Row
next
houses?
to each other. Excuse me?
Row houses.
Row houses. It is definitely a row house. It is a group of housing together, but the mayor's office is the largest of the row house down this street.
So like 10 Downing Street kind of vibe?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's you could probably assume by how homey and cozy it is inside that this is not only his office but where he lives. So, as you were ushered into the main office, you notice what you could assume to be a mayor's office. Nice plush furniture, several paintings. A lot of it is all themed in a very nautical form, though. You can see plaques depicting the history of Merkleon are scattered everywhere, and you can definitely tell the office has a very proud sense to it. Like this office is centered solely around the glory of Merkleon, and what little glory that may have for being a fishing village this far north of Wadesboro. You can see he's a portly man with a open suit jacket and a little bit of a balding head. He has small glasses that he tends to put onto the side of his nose as he stands up briskly from his chair and greets all of you with a shake of his hand. Oh, thank you so much for coming. I have to tell you, I was terrified when Lieutenant, Christ. Bastian. When Lieutenant Bastian told me about those rugged highwaymen who tried to take you and our fair taxpayers' money out of here.
Oh yes, Felix, we forgot to tell you, we fought off bandits.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
I missed the fun.
Yes.
I scared half them off with a bluff.
It was pretty.
quite
It was
fun.
pretty amazing.
I'm sorry to hear that you missed the good times, but I appreciate you taking care of the business, and I just want to say on the behalf of the city of Merkleon, I thank you from the bottom of my heart from taking care of our fine city members.
See, this is where I'm going to insert how Lieutenant Bastian played in there to try to get him favor with the mayor.
Oh, well, I have to pass your good graces on to him. He is definitely a tenacious fellow, and he has served the city very well.
I think it might be appropriate, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in Versace, a show of goodwill might be to have him seated closer to you at the dinner table, or a brunch, or a meal at some point.
That's a very astute observation. I didn't think he appreciated things like that. Well, I'll have to tell the Duchess, and she may not do it well, but I'll see what I can do. I just wanted to offer you for your services the town's resources should you need anything. Our skiffs and ports are yours. If you should need any help, you come to me. I would hope that you will be staying long in our little city.
I think we are just passing through, but
The length of our stay hath yet to be determined.
Well, I do hope I can encourage you to stay as you can. If you must leave, it is as it is. It's a shame, but I wanted to offer you any help if there seems to be well, I'm told that you have a ship north that seems to be in bad condition.
Indeed it does. But it can be repaired if it were to be pumped, patched, and floated downstream.
Oh, well, I'll have to have my men look at it. I can't promise anything, but I can at least get an estimate for you of what it would cost to bring it back down.
That'd be great.
That'd be very kind.
That'd be most appreciated.
I would only hope that maybe in the meantime you can help me with a bit of a problem that we're having in the city. You see,
what might it be?
we have well, you could say a bit of a religious infestation in the town, and not of the pleasant type. You may have learned that there's been some issues with the Vatican Church inside of our city. Now, I'm all for practicing as you will. God is God, as they say, but the words of the Vatican Church have been spreading about our fair Queen Lane have not been very, well, nationalistic, you can say.
So how do you determine the Vatican practitioners from the Vatican practitioners who are also slandering your queen?
Well, them slandering the queen would probably be the first and foremost way of telling it, and as you can suppose, they're not very vocal about their speaking about our fair queen, so unfortunately we have to take measures in our hands in which, well, finding them in which, catching them in the act, if you will.
Has there been a violent outbreak? What consequences have these?
There's not much violence in these areas. You see, Avalon's been pretty peaceful, mostly because of, well, all of the war dying down from the War of the Cross, as you know. As 3 decades of war has a way of keeping people peaceful for at least some time. But, sadly, as time goes by, old issues resurface, and unfortunately, we're in a position where I feel very much like we're being attacked by the church, and as I said, there's no issue with what they are practicing, but the fact that they are calling our fair queen, terrible, terrible names, and oftentimes rallying the fair citizens against her head is not something that we can take very lightly.
That is awful. That is terrible. What is the proof that you have that these people are slandering your queen?
Not much more than words and letters that they have in communicating with each other.
What would you expect us to do?
Well, I was hoping, you being new to town and not knowing much more than what others may, that you might bring a fresh perspective to this little investigation that we've been working on.
What does that mean, fresh perspective?
Fresh perspective? Well, we are a small town, as you know, sir, and, well, no offense, but maybe a Castilian's eye might be able to help us learn more about what's going on, and the fact that all of you are new to town. Well, everybody knows everybody in Merkleon.
You think you've searched the nooks and crannies that you know of, and perhaps we can find a new nook or a new cranny.
Exactly, my dear.
I assume you have some suspects.
Yes, I do have a list of citizens of concern, and I have to say that I have gone through most of them. Mr. Merkus being the most recent, acquisition.
Yeah, how did that turn out?
Well, unfortunately, not well. We are handling it, though, and I will say I listened to Mr. Bastian, and I will say that we are definitely being lenient.
I think restitution is in order for him. More than just leniency, sir.
I don't believe there's restitution in mind for him. There's well, you should talk to the police chief about it. This is far more pressing matters, and honestly, I'd rather talk to you about the issues at hand instead of the issues of past.
Well, I think we'd all feel a lot more comfortable aiding you in this mission if we knew exactly what the proof was that you were using to convict these Vaticine practitioners.
Well, we've had very good sources tell us that there has been activity of the Vaticine Church in this area, and more auspiciously, there has been plotting against Queaton Lane's life herself.
In Merkleon?
In Merkleon.
In this small town, as you said?
Well, as they say,
shock me, sir.
The embers of revolution can start small, but they will blaze into a fire if they are given heat and fuel. So, yes, and any attempt on the Queen's life is something that I take very seriously.
You have individuals that you think are capable of such actions here.
I am worried that they are meeting here in order to conspire greater theories against Queen Elaine. Yes.
Do you think there are some within your own ranks?
Well, that would be troubling, but most of the men who serve under me have been serving for me longer than the Vaticine Church has even been in Merkleon. And I have word from the Duke's assistant himself letting me know that there is questionable concern for active Vaticine agents in this area.
What I want to try to do, I have Streetwise, where I can spend a hero point and locate a fixer, an information broker, a black market, similar underground underworld figure. Awesome. But this is how I want to do it.
Right.
If there are relics or like nice pieces around his office, right? I want to look at one that just seems a little bit out of place, a little bit nicer than the rest of them.
Okay, with the understanding that information will give you what?
Perhaps who like the what is it called? The front of the fence in the town.
yeah.
Perhaps like maybe somebody who deals in stolen goods and sells them as if they're legit.
So you want to find a particularly nice item in the mayor's office so that you can inquire about it and potentially get a lead in a broker or a dealer in the area?
Yes.
So maybe like a gift to the mayor or something that...
Yeah, either inquire to him about it or like maybe there's a marking or something. So
marking, got it. Okay.
well, this painting looks like an African lion. Is Africa a place?
The Crescent Coast.
A Flafrica?
Yeah, what would it be?
The land of Golden Fire or the Crescent Coast.
The Crescent Empire,
Crescent Empire or land of Golden Fire.
From the Crescent Coast.
Ooh.
Did you visit that?
I'm glad that you like that. That's that piece was given to me by a very it was given to me by a very well-known art dealer in Carleon. He came and visited our city, and he was let's just say that I was ready to pay a good sum for it, but he wouldn't take my money. He said that Merkleon has been an old family home of his, and that he has appreciated it, and it has been a part of his family for generations, this city, and it was a gift to, well, me.
Oh, he's so cute.
What is your government's policy on gifts, sir?
Trump?
Well,
I would suspect
I've
that
granted
it's
them-
rather property of Merkleon, not necessarily you. Free gift from a foreign dignitary?
Beware, there's a crusty old man in the room, guys.
I see, sir, that you hail from part of more of our northern brothers. No, I've accepted no bribes or gift from any agents in Carleon. I've certainly done no particular favors. I am a dignitary only in the service of Merkleon. But it is a beautiful painting,
It
isn't
sure
it?
is. Who is this person that you ran across or from Carleon? Do you remember their name or
I
whereabouts?
do remember that he was from Montegain, and he had been traveling the world in order to be inspired by all of the great wonders of Thea. And Monsieur Catacorn. Yes, that's right. Catacorn. What's your Catacorn?
Have I ever heard of a Monsieur Catacorn? In the circles that I would know.
Yes, you have. And
All right.
He is one of the traveling wonders of the world, you could say. He is a high profile art dealer.
Okay.
Who has put together some of the greatest works. But you've also known him as one who is beyond his artistic skill. He is an even better politician in the country of his own worth, you could say.
Got it.
Very, very good salesman.
Got it.
And a very, very profitable salesman, as well as being a good artist.
Okay.
Monsieur Catacorn is a celebrated artist among the lower ranks who view his work as elements of prestige, and owning one would be a legacy item.
Got it.
To most families. And to all the dignitaries, it is a symbol of status.
Got it.
And when Monsieur Catacorn is in town, does he stay with you or somewhere else?
Well, I believe he does stay. Well, he is an honored guest, so of course he would stay with me. Yes.
Drain on the taxpayers' money, I see.
Sir, you do benefit from my generosity as well, now, don't you? You've done a fair service for our city, so I don't see any reason why Mr. Catacorn can't enjoy the benefits of state just as much as you do now.
You will have to forgive us, our old and crusty Milton. He is loved by us all, but he is very, very old and very, very crusty.
Yes, sir.
I'm not that old.
I noticed he did not correct the crusty part.
I'm half as old and double as crusty.
That's why we like him.
I will say that the members of our community who favor the old gods have certainly been much more amicable and much more contributing to our community than all of these, our other neighbors, you could say. If it may be, I implore you, if you just see anything that you might want to report to me or the lieutenant or something else, it would be doing us such a great honor. It has really been difficult, and more importantly, I'm sure that anyone who would thwart a great attempt on Queen Elaine's life certainly has my greatest thanks.
Do you have any areas of the town that you might suggest we explore or do business in?
Or
Perhaps...
any counterparts of Monsieur Cattercorn?
I don't believe Mr. Cattercorn deals with too much outside of where we are, but I do know that there is, there's several people. You know who does know Mr. Cattercorn? That's right. Oh, no, Mr. Angelico. He was just here not too long ago. I believe you may know him. He is the assistant to the Duke.
Yes, we're looking for Angelico, yes.
Angelico, yes. I believe he knows Mr. Cattercorn, yes.
I'm a big fan of Duke Palfrey.
Oh, are you? I believe we are, my dear. He has done a benevolent service to aid our queen, and most importantly, handle the issues that have been running amok. Well, if you may now, I have other people outside waiting who desperately need my time and attention. A statesman like myself, no rest, as they say.
Thank you for your time. We will investigate your issue and get back to you when we find it.
I do appreciate it. And here, if you, he reaches into a few pockets. Oh, where did I put that? Let me see. Yes, here it is. He flips a large gold-looking coin. It has a much thicker diameter, or has a larger thickness than most other of the coins that you see of the pound and the sterling that you know in the area. It looks like a challenge coin almost. And he hands it to you, Nathaniel, as it hands out, and it seems to have the symbol of the state of Merkleon inside of it, which is two fish crossing over a 3-galleon ship.
Ooh, baby.
Here, if you need anything from the towns or the shopkeeps, just show them that, and you'll know that it comes from me, the mayor.
Yes, if you could please point us to the direction of Angelico, if you could please.
Angelico. I believe he'd be staying at one of the local establishments, most likely,
The Duck's Booties?
The Duck's Booties, yes. That's our most well-established place in town.
A final request. The list of those who you think may be of concern to you.
Yes, here, I believe I have it. And he grabs a couple of pieces of paper in which you see that there is also a piece of paper that has a seal on it that you, for a brief moment, see it has Edward Merkus's name on it. But he doesn't grab that paper. He grabs the paper underneath it and rolls it up into a scroll and also hands it to you.
Okay.
From what we've seen of it just now, is it the same paper that I saw before?
At a glance, it looks extremely similar to the one that you've already had.
Where's that other piece of paper there?
Not anything of concern at the moment.
I'm
It's
just
being
double checking.
taken care of.
It is not the same list as the one you just handed us?
No, it's a different. It's sadly an order that I must issue as a result of a visit from our fine friend Angelico.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to try to glean more off of it, or?
Yes.
Where did he put it down?
It's up to you, because you've called it out and he's hidden it.
No, it's,
So where did he hide it?
It was a stack of papers on his desk.
Okay.
And he pulled out that the piece of paper had the list on it.
Yeah.
And that slid that paper to be more visible.
Right.
And when Santiago, aka Alejandro called it out. He shuffled the papers back into place so that it wasn't as revealed. So there's a couple of pieces of papers on top of it already.
Well, I'm immediately going to try to distract him with my supple body. And I approach him and put my hand around his neck and just say, you are obviously one of the best mayors in all of Avalon.
Anybody got good with the sleight of hand?
My
Yeah, no, I'm
pleasure.
real good with it.
So let's before you get into the details of it too much, just so your approach is that you want to distractingly seduce
That's
the mayor.
right.
Have him
Make him
look in the
sweat a
other
little.
direction from these
I
papers.
smell a pattern.
I want
Would
him
be
to
great.
Want to sit on the corner looking cool.
Yeah, I want him to. I want to go like
This is
this.
our MO, by the way. We've used this strategy several times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just lean back and gotta observe the proceedings.
So your approach. Does anyone else have an approach? They want to contribute to this.
I shake my head ruefully.
You could find. You could see if you
Because
could
you
find.
don't approve of what's happening right now.
Like books or something, I guess. Like I sort of look at
You
his
could find.
bookshelf.
Yeah, maybe that you could find like a place where your allies of the old gods might be in town.
Okay.
That's true.
So
Great question. I don't think we've healed it all yet. We haven't healed it all yet since we swam to the ship, right?
no. And in fact, I have to brush up a little bit on how you heal.
I just assumed since we hadn't slept, we're probably
Oh, we haven't even slept yet?
No, we've been full force
we've
going.
been moving.
Yeah, you've been going.
You
at
did
it.
all that in like a morning.
Yeah, I see that. That was
Yeah.
had a very effective
He
morning.
gave you fateless. He gave you a gold coin.
Yes. That's basically
It's like
Not
our key to a
actually
city.
gold,
Yeah.
though. It's
Oh.
just gold looking.
Oh, I
It's
see.
just
like
it's a
his
town
seat.
sigil that
It's
enables us to,
yeah.
I see.
get food.
Hey, we know the
lodgings, whatever.
mayor.
We went to
Get a room for
mayor
the
in
night.
case you guys, mayor, citizens,
Like, hey.
goods and services.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your approaching then. So one raise will succeed on the action for you.
Okay.
Yeah, consequences is of course you will be noticed.
Right.
Which in this circumstances, any consequences that aren't being paid into the raise I'll set a cap on a certain amount of ire that you will raise
Okay.
on the mayor, which may or may not essentially take back everything that you may have gained.
Keep that coin tightly.
Okay, well, I should roll for my seduction
Slip out
too,
the
right?
Yeah, but so what you're gonna do is you're gonna do panache plus
Tempt?
of course, and then you're gonna still do
I'm hoping finesse plus theft.
finesse plus. It makes the most amount of sense.
Awesome.
Yay!
And again, consequences, which there is 3 consequences for both of you to not get to not like cause attention to what's going on here.
Could I get hurt seducing him?
But again, consequences that aren't paid into the raise will potentially raise the ire of the mayor.
Okay.
And then the opportunity is, of course, to learn more information than what you would from the piece of paper, like another layer of information.
Now, I would like to add, if it helps me find that specific piece of paper better, I do have the eagle eye advantage.
Nice.
So I get a +1 bonus dice to vision check. So if that helps at all with me keeping an eye on which
Dang.
piece
Taking
of
extra
paper that
dice.
was.
She's
So
already
have
got
you-
it in
And
her.
I want to add maybe perhaps an opportunity that is not only is the mayor really happy with this, but he might like consider using me as an ally for the entire Versace or something like that.
So
Like,
why don't you
Diplomatic.
why don't you reword that approach to me that suggests something more?
okay, so definitely still using the verbiage of you're a very popular mayor. Only a mayor like you could quite possibly have this Crescent Coast free gift of the painting. So I know that my people of the Versace are always looking for, let's just say, diplomatic opportunity, and I am very gracious to be in your presence.
I'm behind him mouthing, Catacorn's a big deal.
Oh, I mean, not anyone can say they have a catacorn on their wall.
Right. Okay, roll it.
Teamwork.
Come on.
Okay, and I get to re-roll one of
Oh,
them
thank fucking
because it's
God.
a rank 3.
Dang, pretty good.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
And then whoever has the most amount of raises can go first.
16.
2. Yes. I have 3.
You have 3?
I pulled through.
Got it.
Good call on that, because that saved me.
42.
So as you, well, you've got 3. Let's spend these raises.
He's got 5.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
5, so I think she goes first because 5 is
Yeah.
3.
Miss Jade, Miss. Oh, why didn't I put your
Nicole.
Nicole? That's right. What's your last name, Nicole?
Nicole doesn't go by a last name.
Nicole doesn't go by a last name.
She's like Cher.
Yeah, she's.
She is not
Or Beyonce.
nobility, and therefore it's of no importance for anyone to know her last name.
Okay, great. So Nicole,
Sounds like a story there. You don't even know who I am. Why you ask about my
If
family?
you grew up in Montaigne, you'd understand.
I
so
don't know where I'm from.
Nicole, how would you like to spend your raises?
Okay, so I would like to, while
3 between
Stella's
both of you to
distracting.
not be noticed for consequences.
Okay.
1 for the succeed and 1 for the opportunity.
Okay, well, I guess I'll use 3 to not be noticed.
Oh!
1 for a succeed and 1 for an opportunity.
You have
of
5.
my 5.
Yeah.
And my approach to do it is as Stella is distracting the adorable mayor, I'm just gonna like completely nonchalantly slide on over to the desk.
Are you trying to take it?
Oh, I want to take.
Oof.
Yes.
Oof. All right, great.
You don't want to just.
And then how are you spending your raises? So she's spending succeed,
He doesn't have proof
3
against him.
consequences, and then she'll get that. But the last one was being able to take it, like to get all the information.
Okay. So, my raises. I guess that he might be feeling embarrassed and like look away.
Yeah.
So I guess my first raise is to maintain eye contact with him.
Yeah.
Some
And
type of visual contact with you.
yes, and he I guess the last 2 I might just spend to really convince him that I mean it and I'm not doing this as a trick. Like
great.
that very trustworthy. Yes, I'm a courtesan and I have, ulterior motives, but they're good and genuine ulterior motives.
They're just trying to take his money, not distract him.
Yes. Yeah, they're noble and righteous objectives.
Well, I appreciate that, my dear, and I have to say I've never seen someone so honest. He keeps looking towards the paper, but he keeps coming back to you, and that's when you manage to slide. I do appreciate the opportunity to
Yes.
handle such a gracious person as yourself. I don't know much about Vodacci to understand, but from what I understand, it's a beautiful country, and
Let's just say it needs a little bit of work and it would be much more successful if it were run by a man such as you.
That's very flattering. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yay.
If you don't mind, I do have people to see and state to attend to.
Of course.
And he watches his, he basically rings a bell on the desk, and you watch as a door opens, and the captain who initially ushered you in motions for you to all come out.
Oh, and if you ever run across Ambassador Rhodesius Coleman, give him my regards.
I will. Thank you very much. He sits down and starts shuffling his papers and sitting down with it. Starts to look ready to be a mayor.
Great.
Adorable.
Mayor thing.
He's very cute.
Maya things that Dewey does.
As you guys get out of the what did we call it earlier? I'm really good at remembering.
Row house.
Building?
Row house.
Row house, which is a street, French word for street of houses.
Road, not
So as you get out through the row houses and you cross the street to kind of get out of the major area, you pull out the paper. And
Just out in the open like that?
Well, do you guys want
Wink.
somewhere else?
I would think we would want to probably,
At least go to a
perhaps we
dark
should
corner.
look
Find
into
a nook or a
lodgings.
cranny.
Yeah, tell me
I
what
think
you
we've
would
been
like
awake
to
for
do.
96 hours now. Let us rest our heads temporarily.
It seems we have much information and much things we have learned. Perhaps finding a place to rest would be
Can I
helpful.
say one thing? I thought it was very strange that he wanted us to investigate these religious
agree.
zealots, if you will, but gave us nowhere to go or no one really to follow. Just sort of
On the other
keep
hand,
one ear to the ground.
It's
he gave me a list.
Well,
but that list is bunk.
we don't know where those people are. Well, their addresses on there.
The only proof he said.
I will also give that that Lieutenant Bastian has been the person in the forefront of this investigation, and the mayor has basically given that duty to him. And so, without retconning too much, Lieutenant Bastian would kind of be the man that you would report to for this mission.
Like
since
like the mayor asked us to basically go check in with him.
Okay,
The mayor was
right.
like, "This is the mayor duties, but Lieutenant Bastian of the police force is really heading this thing. So like, go help him, kind of a thing. Like it's his problem."
I would suggest we find a place to rest, recuperate, and share information
Look
further.
at the thing.
What about if we kill two birds with one stone and head to the duck's booties? Try to look for an calico. Because
perfect.
Room of the
he
duck
gave us
booty.
something about our chip.
Yeah.
Then we could maybe have a drink or two, take a rest.
I think that sounds fantastic.
As you guys are leaving down the brew house, you notice that a black carriage is pulling up to the mayor's city, and
Anyone's recognized the carriage or the marking?
there's just a rider. There's a driver, but it's you do see several guardsmen coming out of it, but they don't look to be in city guard.
Do we know where they're from?
Are they nicer or less nice than the
They're
Merkleon,
nicer,
Merkleon?
but they look more serious.
Avalon or
Avalon. Yeah, definitely Avalon.
Avalonian?
Avalonian.
The Avalonian all day.
And as you make your way over to the duck's booties.
Wait. Can we wait and watch and see who gets out?
Oh yes, absolutely. You stand and wait across the street and notice that Edward Merkis is being escorted out from the mayor's office.
Oh no!
I hate
He's being loaded inside of the black.
Is Lieutenant Bastian around? Is Lieutenant Bastian around?
No, he doesn't seem to be. It seems to be the men with the darker, more serious-looking garb, not the city watch, seem to be the one loading him into the carriage as it drives off.
I'm gonna spit in the direction of the carriage.
What is the look on?
Really sad.
Oh, that was I was gonna ask.
Edward does not. He looks confused. He looks upset, and he looks terrified.
Is his dad? No, we left his dad at the lighthouse,
He's at
right?
the lighthouse.
Well, Well, okay. We'll see
Why
when
don't
we
we
get
compare
inside.
the information on this list before we make a decision as to what we should do?
Yeah, because you have no idea what's going on.
Right.
You're like, who? What?
I remember Edward from
Yeah.
the fact he came down to the beach, but I don't know how close you guys got.
Well, he was a victim.
He's on this
He
list.
was a Vadacine.
His name is on this
He
list.
actually is a Vadacine?
Yes, but he's not.
Well,
he's,
just like a
he's
worshiper.
not. Yeah, he's not a rebel for
But
the
he's not.
queen.
So basically, they're rounding up all.
They accuse
They're
him of
just-
having a
So
gathering.
basically, they're going after all the Vadacine under the guise of.
Yeah,
They're
and when
conspiring
we
against
asked
the
the
queen.
mayor,
Yup.
what's your proof
Yup.
between the people who are rebels that are Vadacine and the people who are Vadacine, he was like, well, word of mouth.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's a victim.
Yeah, word of mouth my ass. We were
So we
in that
have
guy's
some
lighthouse.
Damon, you went all Scarface there for a second. You're like, okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
100%, because something might have to happen here. You know what I mean? So you gotta be where you need to be when something's about to happen.
So, yeah.
Okay.
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 All right, so we're going into the duck's booties.
Yeah, let's get to the ducks booty, get a room and start and then suss this whole situation out.
We gotta go get a drink over the duck's booties.
We're gonna go out on ducks booties. We're gonna get a drink. We're gonna talk about this whole situation. Maybe we gotta go rescue Mr. Marcus. Maybe we don't. We don't know yet. We don't know. We don't know what's on the list. We know what's on the list. We gotta see what's on the list.
So you guys, excellent. Welcome.
Thank you.
So happy that you could be here and join us.
Yeah.
Like officially, as in like part of our group.
It's good.
As you guys continue to walk down the street,
Getting reclaimed.
you get you travel south. You ask a few people where the location of the Duck's Booties may be, and they tell you that it is in the southern entrance leading into town, as it's often the first stop for travelers coming in the Merkleon. So as you go through the street, you notice that as a lot.
What do you, might I suggest one of us attempt to get on the staff as a part of our repayment for our stay? For the staff often have quite excellent information about what's going on in the town.
Ooh, sure.
Who wants to wash dishes? Not it.
I'm gonna be drinking.
I could maybe not wash dishes, but provide
Dishwashing was a.
Provide other services.
Provide other services. I don't know.
Your business is your business. We just need information. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to collect.
I can, and it doesn't have to be, illicit.
Your business is your business. I'm not here to judge. I'm
Just
just here to collect.
dance,
See,
Entertainment is always appreciated.
You could see if the Duck's Booties has a stage.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'm just saying, ingratiating ourselves with the.
It's not a bad idea.
It is a pretty good idea.
All right. Sorry, you were in the middle
I
of.
liked how quick you were willing to wash dishes, though, for a second.
No, I said out somebody else.
I know, but you were.
He was volunteering everybody else to wash dishes.
I had a great idea for you guys. It's excellent. You guys should definitely do this.
arthritis. Not wash dishes. Of course, I would do it.
I would.
Bar. I would be happy to have a little bit of experience and
Anybody gets a little rowdy, I could always
Oh.
help them out.
yes, perhaps I need a bouncer.
What if this adventure turns into a
We're running a tavern?
running an
In
establishment?
Brooklyn.
Well, I tell you what, every bar needs a good drinker, so I will volunteer for that position.
It's just
You
how
have
to
your
run
name
a
on a stool
business
in the bar.
adventure.
Time flat.
Welcome to Running Merkleon.
The Duck's
Our
Booties.
adventurers taking care of the tavern, and what comedy are they going to get
No
into?
matter how hard Ivan would try to throw stuff at us, he's like, and then a bunch of bandits jump in. We fight them off just to keep maintaining the
I
bar.
know, right?
And go and explore. We're like, nah.
We can't leave now. We have to repair the bar.
Oh, we gotta make more money to repair the bar.
A wizard casts a fireball. We must rebuild.
Oh yeah, of course.
Duck's Booties and their books. Bookkeeper.
Oh,
right, shall we
the
then?
political intrigue that will continue. Like,
Who's sleeping with who in the kitchen? I mean, these are things people want to know.
rival taverns.
I know, right?
Stella, can I talk to you for a second? Our books show that in the second quarter we didn't have a very good profit.
Let us schedule a meeting.
Please, okay.
I roll to schedule a meeting.
Who didn't do their side work tonight?
I rolled to clear my schedule. Is my schedule clear? Is it clear?
It's clear.
Okay.
No, you cannot have next Thursday off.
I still can't hear the word side work without
I don't.
like.
I can also hear you being the cook in the back, being like, "I don't have enough salt. This meat is going to go bad."
I told you, Milton, I have to wait to order the salt. I have to wait.
All right. Enough of small business 101. 7C.
But I need
Do you
salt
have
for
any
tequila
viewers left
shots.
now?
Remember.
As you get closer to the Duck's Booties, you notice that it is that you go through different parts of the town. Some are better looking, some are worse. But overall, it's a pretty stable looking town. It doesn't seem to have a rising level of poverty, and the gap is actually pretty close, if you know what I mean. So, and the Duck's Booties is a fine, jaunty establishment run by a very over-the-top Englishman who seems to be here as he greets you. He comes, "Hey, welcome to the Duck's Booties. Come on in, and what can I get all of you?"
And I say to my friends, I would hate to work here. Ay, Dios mío.
How much for a round for the crew?
Oh, it's about 1.5 pounds, if you please.
What does that translate to in wealth points?
It's a tenth of a wealth point.
All right, first round's on me.
So. All right, big spender coming into the Duck's Booties. That's what I like to see. All right, come on in. And he starts pouring flagons. He does the thing where he puts like 4 of the flagons together.
Oh,
and
nice.
And then with a wave of his hand, makes all 4
Flying down.
slide, all 5 slide down across into front of you.
Did I recover any wealth while I was messing around in the ship? I didn't think about that. No, didn't think
The
so.
wealth that you have is wealth that you have right now.
So how much wealth do we have?
Yeah,
I know that
we
Amy's
never
got
really
two
established.
wealth points.
I have 2 on
Two
my
is what-
sheet.
I got
There
0.
is 1 wealth worth of
Crap on the beach.
Boxes.
crap on the
But
beach
it's back on the beach, and we never.
and spoiling.
I get to start with 1 wealth point because of my background.
Oh.
So you have a total of 3.
I have nowhere.
Yeah, as a group, we've
As a
got
group.
3.
Stand outside and beg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could stand outside and take donations. What do you call?
Oh man, be here, you could get arrested for that. Taking communion.
Yeah, they'll start saying your Vaticine and your.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'm-
yeah.
If we were
Certainly
really
not
playing this
there.
smart, we should just be like pickpocketing everybody in this bar by sending Stella,
Mm.
and then Nicole will just
So
try to
you
hand
just
that
clean
shit.
house.
Yeah.
But it might be a little suspicious that the new people come into town and all of a sudden
Everyone
everybody in
would
town
look
no
at
longer.
us.
Well,
Except
all
the
those
new
wallets are
Maybe that's
missing.
not too bad plan.
And then
I mean, I like
drinking like gods.
the acquisitive thought behind it. However, the action of it would be.
My wallet is missing. What do you know?
So,
So, where are you coming from, travelers? You all seem to be travelers. I ain't seen you around here before.
From various places, up and around town, and
We are a motley crew who are assembled
Well, you
for.
don't have to be telling old Pottermore. You can just go about your business as you as long as you're drinking my drink and eating my food. You're happy and standing by me.
ooh, what is on the menu?
He basically points to a chalkboard and lays out everything from veal to potato to just porridge, good meat pies.
How big is this? Is this? Are there rooms in this tavern?
There's
or just-
rooms, and the establishment is actually very bumping. There's a good amount of people. Music is playing on a small stage, and it has a roaring fire that seems to be in the corner, and it's just a very active, jaunty place. It has high spirits, and it speaks of a very well-established place that people enjoy, and it sets a good tone for coming into Merkleon.
Alejandro's gonna lean in. Excuse me, good sir. What is your name again? What is your name? Speaking to the bartender.
Speaking to the bartender, not the owner, right?
What's that?
To the owner or the bartender?
Whoever would just greeted us. Yeah.
That was the
Owner.
You
Okay.
can. I'm a Marigold Pottermore, but you can just call me Potty.
Oh! Ivan! Getting us to say potty a bunch.
Potty, Mr. Potty, you wouldn't happen to have any. You don't have any chorizo in this establishment, correct?
Chorizo. Oh, you're looking for some of our fine Castilian wares, eh?
Yes, please.
Oh, I'll tell you, I don't have any. What'd you say it was? Chorizo?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't, but I do have some beautifully good. He describes to you a very eloquent dish from Castile. It's kind of like if you were to mix like a flatbread with various herbs and spices, potatoes and veal
That
together.
sounds exquisite. I will order one of those, please.
Do you want
Thank
to name it for me? What that meal is?
The meal?
Yeah, what that dish I just described to you
Yes,
is?
it is a. It is called flan. It is called flan.
It's called flam.
Flan. Take some flan, please.
All right. I have some beautifully well-made flam for you. Here, I'll get it ripped right up. Here you go. What about you, miss?
oh goodness. I'm all right for food, thanks. Do you have a table around here that's a little bit more private, like maybe a booth or something that would
Yeah.
fit all of us?
If there's a table empty, it's your table.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a look around, see if there's anything that would.
There's a couple of none of them are discreet because it's all a very
It's all like in a big open area.
big open area.
nobody's
with
really paying
music
attention
in
either, right?
there. There is a darker corner that's on the other side of the room, farthest away from the music, close to the stairs that lead up to the rooms.
That sounds
That only
good.
has one man at it, so maybe if you ask him to get up and leave, you can take it for yourself.
Okay.
Stella, if you please.
Seats taken.
I don't know. We could send Milton in to threaten them with fire and lightning, and then
You mind if we have a seat here?
Okay, yeah.
Going with the basic.
So yeah, approaches.
Yeah.
But does anyone else want to put in a food order?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Am I going to be the only one eating, guys?
No.
Well, who's going to be fronting this whole?
Well, he gets he does at some point after you've all done your food orders, he does. All right, that'll be 5 pounds, please, and that is equal to 1 wealth. So 1 wealth's worth actually be 10 pounds then, because I told you it was a tenth when I originally went in there. That'd be 10 pounds, please.
All right, I'm gonna toss over 10 pounds.
Okay.
From my stash.
I do have the coin.
Oh, you might want to try that.
Oh yeah, try it.
I'm going to
Nice.
say, would the mayor's favor be of use for this?
Discount.
No, I'm sorry.
Pull out the coin.
Oh, look at you hanging out with Mr. LeMaine, ain't ya? All right, I'll put it on his tab.
Great.
So who do I owe the pleasure of racking up his bill?
Where we go? We don't have a group name, do we?
Oh no.
Oh no, we can't call ourselves the Wolfpack anymore.
Doesn't really fit.
The Lupus crew.
We did come from the Lupus ship.
Yeah, you remember, I don't know if you remember this, but La Lupas is Castilian for the wolf.
Right.
So.
I'll say the remaining and former crew of Lupas.
All right, crew of La Lupas, eh? That's not that little two-boat schooner out there, is it?
No, sir.
All right. Well to do. He goes in there and you see he takes a chalk and makes a note for himself on his board. And I'll have the food right out.
Yeah. So and I'm gonna put what do you say? Whatever, just enough that would be like a tip. So not a full wealth point, obviously.
Oh yeah, but you
just
tip
toss a little on the.
It's arbitrary. Like unless I tell you it's probably a full wealth point.
Okay.
Which in this case,
Great.
Not a big deal.
Great.
I'm not gonna break fractions for you. Silly.
Throwing a tip on the table and looking over at Phelis and saying, "Yep, good call."
Yeah.
All right. So where do you?
We're gonna. Stella, the gentleman with the single. Stella.
Oh right. Sir, if you, I mean, I hate to almost be performing and have someone sitting so far back where they can't see the stage.
Who's be performing?
Maybe someone.
As you look up, you can see a man who has had a dark hood. He looks up and you see a very imposing looking face, long, kind of scraggled beard with an eye patch. And you can see that under his cloak, he seems to be, well, he has a very ragged cloak, but there are signs of finer wear underneath it. In fact, finer wear, you can also see silver, or at least some kind of glint of metal underneath.
If there were one person in this bar you would like to see perform, who would it be?
That's good.
The only performer I'm interested in seeing is the one that I ain't watching. You see, I'm just fine and happy sitting quiet here by myself with my thoughts, if you don't mind, and please.
That has never happened to me before.
He puts his hand down and you look that he takes out a small book. It's about novelette size as he continues to look through it. Kind of starts skimming it with his hands and is making every attempt to ignore you.
Is it magic? Is it a magic book?
What is it?
Want to investigate a little more?
What does it look like?
What's our approaches here, guys? You guys got approaches?
I'm intrigued by this guy.
Yeah, what is this guy's deal?
Yeah.
Is this
How
Mr.
could he resist
Angelico,
my
maybe?
wiles?
Maybe this is Mr. Angelico?
I feel like we just saw him. He would have way more
Oh.
perfume, right?
That's
Yeah.
so Mr.
that-
Angelico is Gaston
random.
guy.
This is random dude who's just asked to be left alone, which does need to be noted in his.
But has
any
fancy
negotiable-
things.
Yes.
I'm going to keep going and just say that I'm going to keep trying to seduce him because I don't think I have a plan B.
All right, so I'm gonna just wits and notice to see if there's anything I can pick up from this guy, detail-wise.
I also want to do that.
You want to snoop?
Wits and notice. Yeah.
Wits and notice to snoop
Wait. Have
around
we
his
all
book.
walked over to this guy?
Well, no, it's still just her at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm eagle eye within a mile.
Cool.
Shit.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Then you don't need to walk over to that
No,
guy.
I can be far away.
But then you don't have to approach him. I'm just allowing you the opportunity to if there's other things you want to do while she's continuing her wild.
Definitely. I want to. Can I? Does the list he gave me? Does it have any notation that would denote it was from the mayor, or is it just a random piece of paper?
The list?
Yeah.
The list denotes. Well.
What I'm saying is, if I pull it out, people can be like, "Oh, he's got a paper from the mayor. What's he got there?"
I
Or is it
see,
just going to be?
Yeah, it would look pretty official.
All right,
looking.
let's not pull it out just yet.
Yeah, mine too.
And how about you, Milton?
How far am I from watching that exchange between
10
Stella?
feet? 15 feet?
So I will have seen that he pulled out a little.
Everyone got to see the book.
Okay.
It's pretty clear when he ignored Stella.
Yeah.
That he took his attention onto the book instead.
So I see it and I walk up to him and I go, "Oh, what do you have there? I do enjoy books."
Yes.
Cool.
Like I'm just some old crazy old man.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
I can't wait.
You're either going to be the most successful, or all of us are gonna die right now.
Well, I'm staying over by the bar, so I don't know y'all right now.
Nosh plus perform.
Okay.
You're playing off the old man angle.
Can
I got 3 successes on my looking.
I want to scope the guy out and go like around the other way, for wherever Stella was talking to him. Kind of just go around back behind the guy, and I'm gonna bring my beer with me as if I'm looking for maybe a spot at the bar to sit or something, while still doing wits and notice.
That's fine. So and with the intent of looking at.
I'm
the
just
stuff,
looking
right?
at him and just kind of assessing. The
Assessing.
situation.
2 raises.
Okay. What's a notice? Just keep in mind, sir, as I will now tell you what your attempts and consequences potentially are, is that because this is a discrete table, it is basically sharing the sides of 2 of the walls of the tavern, so it's literally tucked into the corner.
Yeah.
Going around it could cause some notice. So I will say, for all of you approaching him, there's at least 2 consequences of.
Hector, so this is like the corner of the room. You're literally going, "Excuse me, I wonder if there are any tables back there." Excuse me.
You know it.
But looking really cool while he does it.
But striking a pose the entire time.
So you'll have
fantastic.
to give. There's 2 consequences, which I will say could, if enough contributed, if at least. If at least, how many people are approaching him? Everyone's doing an approach.
I feel like actually,
I'm doing it from the bar.
and I think I'm gonna lick my wounds actually after that rejection.
You're gonna lick your wounds, so you're not gonna do any more with that.
No.
So
Baby
that's
girl,
2
come
points.
back over to
I'm
me.
gonna get the tone of the room, just kind of see if I pick up anything.
So it's basically you 2 doing the
that
approach.
never happens.
So if at least 2 consequences aren't spent from raises on this, he is gonna notice and do something about it. Whether he notices or not is up to me to decide, but he will react inadvertently against it. And then the obvious thing is that you'll get to see what is on the book a little bit, at least get to see what the name of the book is. And the opportunity is you'll get to read a little bit of whatever he's reading. So you got 3.
3 raises for me.
How many? And what about you 2?
Well, she's from the bar. I don't think. Would it be 2 consequences? For
Eagle
her?
Eye.
She's always at the bar.
Eagle Eye.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but he wouldn't.
She can
know.
contribute her raises.
I can contribute my raises to help them.
Probably with hardly any penalty. I would suggest just her looking, right? Like she wouldn't get a.
That's
What I'm saying. I don't know if she'd have that many
have to
consequences from the
contribute at
bar.
least a certain amount of raises to the consequence to not have something happen, whether it's whoever
So
is
if they
spending.
can take care of their consequences, I could use all my raises on finding things out. But
Oh,
if
so it'd
they
be a group
can't,
effort.
yeah.
At this point, that's what I'm getting at. Is
Yeah.
that this is since you're all kind of doing it, it's a little bit of a since you're all targeting one man and you're all helping each other out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, you have the most amount of raises. So tell me how you want to spend your raises. Jade.
I am like kind of half at the bar with my drink, and I'm going to look over at Stella, who was over in that direction, and I'm assuming is coming back towards the bar.
Pouting a bit.
So I'm gonna hide the fact that I'm staring right at this dude with the book by playing it off like I'm looking at Stella and saying, like, just gesturing her to come over to comfort her after that crappy rejection. But what I'm really doing is looking past her over the top of my drink
And to look
see
at
what's
while
going
you're
on with
comforting
this
her.
guy.
Extremely inconspicuous.
Yeah, very
And
inconspicuous.
causing maybe a lot of attention so that these guys don't get to see it. So how many raises are you spending towards consequences? How many are you spending towards your?
I have to decide before I know what their raises are.
Oh, you already know 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. So I'll spend 1 more raise for them, so that's 2 for each of them, so that they're not noticed.
Okay.
And then 1 raise, and then I guess my other 2 raises to find out what I can find out about this guy.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna spend 1 to give to 1 to not notice, and then you 2 are spending yours on not causing his ire.
Right.
Is that
I'm
how
basically seeming to be a harmless, doddering old man that's just curious about books.
Unless you guys choose that you're totally okay with getting the ire or something else.
Up to you. That's how you get to spend your raises how you wish. So you're spending yours to not get noticed, and how do you like to spend your 1? Santiago.
I mean, well, hold on. I'm
Alejandro.
trying to hopefully befriend him. Like, he thinks I'm harmless, so he doesn't mind telling me what he's reading.
Well, that's what I mean. That's
Yeah,
why
okay.
you have to spend your raises
Yeah.
the way that you want. So are you spending your raises to go against the consequence or to succeed in the
I thought
action?
she cleared that up when she spent hers on theirs.
Well, I spent 1 of mine for them. So if they
somebody has one,
choose to
right.
spend their raises to not
Between
be
the
noticed.
both of you, one of you has to spend a raise towards the consequence to not raise his ire. So think of it like a resource. You all have resources.
Right.
She has 3, you have 2, he has 1.
Okay.
I am saying that in order to succeed your action, you have to spend at least 1 of your resource. It has to be your resource in order to do it. And I'm saying there is a pool of consequences, 2, that have to be pot into.
Okay,
in
well,
order
then
for
I'll
that
do 1 and
consequence
1.
to go away. 1 and
Okay,
1.
right? And then the one that she put into the pool
So now the pot's full.
only for succeeding, correct?
For Santiago to succeed, and he can either look at the book and succeed, or he can go with the spending his last one, his only point, to not be noticed and go towards the consequence.
Okay.
Okay, and that's if you don't spend any points on any consequences.
I was thinking I would spend 1.
1. So 1 to notice 1 on the consequences. The consequences have been negated.
Nice.
Right.
So you'll look at it and you'll spend your action to get the opportunity or succeed the action. Do you want to see the title of the book or do you want to read the book?
I want to see the title of the book.
See the title of the book.
Yeah.
So you see the title of the book. You see the title of the book. We'll get the book.
It's a real thing.
Bird watching of Avalon.
Son of goat!
He's just a shady bird watcher. Through all this.
One bird he didn't want to watch.
Was you.
It was me.
Well,
Great. The name of the book is The Crimson Roger.
Roger.
Yes.
Sounds like a pirate book.
Sounds like a pirate ship.
The name of the book is The Crimson Roger.
Nice.
And
I'm intrigued.
Okay, got it.
And that is what you both managed to see. And you managed to see as well with your eagle eye.
With my 2 raises.
Your 2 raises because you're not in a position to read the book, unfortunately, from where you're
Right. In addition, can I see anything? I know we said under his cloak there's some like finer things.
He is definitely, with your eagle eye from that distance, you can tell that he is armed.
Okay.
You know, you can tell that he is also a stranger himself, and his finery is not of peasant wear.
Got it. Cool.
Anything of interest? I just wanted to really check out the bar. Anybody noticing us? Anything of interest? Anything that might be...
Nothing suspicious.
Okay.
No, nothing. No one is causing you extra attention. No one seems to be giving you a second glance.
Anyone notable?
Anyone notable? Well, beyond the man who you just approached.
They got that covered. That's what I'm
Man
saying.
that we just
I'm
bothered.
checking everything else out.
Does the book look like a novel or a log book from a ship called the Crimson Roger?
It does not look like a log book. It does look like a novel, and from what you can tell, there was writing inside of it, but it wasn't printed type.
The whole book, or you mean there were notes?
No, it was a written document, and whether it was a journal or whether it was a written book, the only thing that I will tell you is that it was the writing in it is handwritten. Okay?
Okay.
It's handwritten, it's not typed, which means you could assume that it is not a printed book.
Right. Well, I'm also assuming in this world, printed books are not
Few and far
of
between.
high commonality.
No, and it would take a very special book to be printed.
Right.
Okay.
So it is scribed. Okay? He continues to look through his reading, and doesn't seem to cause you much more attention, and certainly doesn't seem to give up his seat for you at the moment. So as he continues to sip on his drink and pick away, you notice that the bartender, the serving lady, has her plate with all of your food on it. Where would you like me to put these?
Is there any place else he could sit in the bar?
The man?
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
jeez,
other
he could
tables?
sit anywhere.
I'm saying there's other empty tables in the bar.
There's other empty tables, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody seems to be having any success, huh?
He completely ignored Milton when he's like, "What are you reading?" He just
He didn't
totally-
even look at you.
Well, and if Fateless is still
Can I
near
say
me,
something else now to him? Or sorry, go ahead.
if anyone is within earshot of me at this point that has come back, I'm just gonna let everyone know he's definitely armed and not from here. I'd be careful.
I'm just gonna take my food at the bar, please. I'm just gonna sit.
Yeah, let's do that.
I am starved.
Good
Yeah.
enough by me. You watch as she drops your food off onto the bar and comes back around, and you watch as the door swings out as she's dropping off her plate, presumably. And you all have 5 stools at the bar.
Okay.
As you continue to hear the sounders of laughter, merriment, and drinking, all about you.
All right, I'm gonna make my way to the stage and start dancing.
Yeah, girl.
Well, now I haven't moved yet since I asked him about the book.
That's true. You're still
I'm
just
still
looming over
kind
him.
of standing right there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Milton.
can I say
I'm
something?
gonna grab my food and swing my bar stool around and just be like, "This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Mira."
So I go, oh, the Crimson Roger. Is that a wild story of pirates and adventure?
I think Milton might get stabbed.
As he just continues to stare at the book as he is reading with one hand, and you see the other hand is behind his cloak at the moment.
Oh.
He looks up with his one eye. He closes about and go away, doddering old man.
Okay.
One more, come on, give it one more doddering old man thing.
On the way out.
That's a very nice cloak you've got underneath the other cloak, I've noticed. Perhaps you're trying to hide something?
Oh my god! That was ballsy.
That was very ballsy, and I love it.
We're all watching Milton. by
I
the
also
way.
am watching Milton. I didn't go to the stage.
I do love a game of disguises and hide and go.
I'm eating my food as fast as I can. I'm getting it in my belly as fast as I can.
Because you might need to fight right now.
Hold on, let me think. Of it.
I love it.
This is good.
Milton's like, screw being discreet. I'm just going for it. I want your table.
I want your table.
Oop, you drop one on the floor.
I noticed. I'm just gonna put another one in there.
There you go. The benefit of multiple dice.
Dude,
Have
that
we
is
introduced
so
this
cool.
crazy
Yeah, have you
table yet?
introduced
Oh
it?
yeah. By the way, I have finally got a chance to use this GM hutch that was gifted by our community to Matt and myself.
Wow.
Custom dice tower.
Oh, on the side there.
Survivors logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes right off. It literally. You can
Oh,
take it
wow,
off. It's
sweet.
Just,
Oh my gosh,
things
that's
in.
beautiful.
And then I had my tarot card deck, which actually, you know what? Minus a dice roll, I think that is actually a great way to determine how he's going to react.
Oh, I like that.
Flip
Death.
of the card.
All right.
I like that.
Can't wait to see what it is.
Do you have a top-down camera so we can show off the tarot?
I don't
card?
think we do.
there's no top-down camera?
But I will hold it up so that the camera can see it.
Hey,
I think it'll also affect our future in real life,
I
don't
have
you
a
think?
medieval tarot deck that
don't
I'm using to make a decision about how this character is going to react
That's
to
awesome.
your
Very awesome.
bold inquiry about
After he already asked you
what
politely.
is
to-
happening.
I know,
Well,
I
not so
know.
politely, but-
And I think your instinct was right, but I wanted to see where it went.
I know you egged him on. He was like, all right, I'm gonna go. You're like, no, that's a good one.
Be weird more. I like it.
I have to say, we are a motley crew.
Really are. We work
That should be
together
our
very
group.
interesting.
Motley Crew.
Motley crew! No one's ever thought of that name before.
Or we could also be the muddling crew.
The muddling crew.
We are pretty muddling.
We like to muddle.
Meddling crew.
We're muddling. We're muddlers. All of us. Muddlers.
What about like the sexy pirates?
We've got one
I
sexy
think it's a little
pirate,
too
I
I
think.
think it's a little too on the nose.
We
I think
have
it's a little too on the
At
nose. To say
least 2 sexy pirates.
Oh yeah?
You too.
and if you like the buff type, you got 3 sexy pirates.
70 is the new 60.
That's right.
If you like the quiet type, I'll be over here.
Milton,
70 is the new.
I need you to pick a card between 1 and 78. Pick a number between 1 and 78.
Milton.
59.
59.
Okay, that works. This is rolls some dice, but yeah. Are you gonna really count out 59? You should have went lower, Milton. Milton, you should have went lower.
Oh, you were sorry.
No, you did the right thing. I can't
Well, wait, couldn't you have counted backwards and gotten there?
Now
faster?
there's more suspense.
13, 43, 42.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He might lose count and get something worse.
That's true.
Sorry, these folks, look at that. Nothing. Didn't shake him
59.
at all. Didn't shake him at all.
27,
He's a pro.
35.
He's a pro, guy.
Hey,
51.
something there.
I'm the worst.
This is I don't recognize all of them, so let me just find out.
Yay! What could it be? I like these kinds of things.
How's he gonna react?
No, oh no.
Oh wait, oh.
You're a very bold old man, and I salute you for your candor.
Wow!
I did
That
not see
being
that
said,
coming.
I will give you one chance and one last chance to step away and mind your own business. If you would like to pursue this entreaty of yourself, then we will have to discuss your disguise on my terms. He's back to reading his book, and he shifts his posture to kind of close, showing you that he's done with this conversation.
Okay.
I will shuffle back to my group.
Hey, what was the card? What was the card?
Milton, your food's here.
Understanding.
Ooh.
Wow.
What is
That
it
never
called?
happens.
It is called the Empress.
Well played, sir. Well played.
By
Wow.
pulling the Empress and releasing understanding into the situation, he has
I like that.
understood what you were trying to do and has allowed at least that to happen.
Are you going to report back to us what happened?
Yes.
Hmm.
I come back and tell them what happened. It's only a 2-hour show
Wait
now.
till you come by. It's like, what happened? So I'm gonna really take a close eye at that guy and see if there's any reason I need to be keeping a close eye at that guy from
Yeah.
where I'm at.
Oh, they're definitely.
Like, I'm just gonna be like, wait, because if he said disguise, what level of disguise? What's this guy talking about? Who's this guy?
He's talking about his disguise.
I know, but I'm saying let's get a good look at him, huh?
Right. So that could mean that he knows.
What does he? We
Way
don't know what he
more.
knows.
Right.
We just know he knows something, or he thinks
knows
he
that
knows
I'm
something.
in disguise, which
Right.
means he might know that.
But how deep a
We're
disguise is he
other-
asking about?
Oh, good question.
Does this gentleman
like,
look familiar at all?
the
I'm
overarching.
gonna just kind of,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That
Right.
he knows about,
You think he's Jimmy?
or something, some
Something like
creature
a
from
Jimmy?
that
Oh.
Jimmy-esque.
Jimmy-esque.
You know.
I didn't even.
he's got
think of that.
metatextual feel. That's what I'm getting at.
I like it. I like
All
it.
right.
He feels metatextual, and
I'm gonna try to flirt with the bartender lady.
Yeah.
Say, excuse me, miss, what is your name? We're looking for a man named Angelico. Do you know if he is around?
Angelico. Oh, I think he reserved a room tonight. He's probably upstairs. I think he asked for his food to be brought to him.
You know what room it is or what he looks like?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't divulge the rooms of guests.
I apologize. I'm sorry. What was your name?
That's
again?
Brandy.
Brandy. That is very nice. It reminds me of a good drink.
Oh, that's so sweet. Would
That is
you
what
like some?
You're a tall drink of water. No, please keep having this same thing. I'll have another drink.
All right.
I
Let
was
me know
afraid-
if you need a drink, love.
I was afraid we would have to leave soon after what just transpired, but no, I believe we can stay. a little
Oh,
bit
I
longer.
know.
I am Angelico's old friend.
Oh, you know, how do you know him? He looks so dignified.
Please, and I do not look dignified. No, I no. I used to be his groundskeeper. You see?
His groundskeeper?
Yes, a friend of the
what's
family.
his place look like? I'm sure it looks so beautiful. All those flowers.
Gorgeous, absolutely. I would just love to say hi. I know him since he was a little boy. You know, I know his family since he was a little boy. I would love to say hello to him, just to
Oh,
pop in
well,
and say hi.
I'm sure if you're a groundskeeper, he wouldn't mind seeing you.
No.
Oh, Brandy, you dumb idiot.
Let her have it.
The fourth one to the left.
Fourth one to the left. Thank you, my dear. Grab her hand.
Got it with the groundskeeper
I don't often get approached by Castilians. You're so handsome.
Well, then most Castilians are fools.
She giggles and teeters off into the kitchen, presumably to go brag.
Ridiculous.
Right. All right. I'm going to find someone to secure us a room or rooms.
Yeah, I would love to talk about some of this.
Because Marcus kind of got taken away in a carriage, and we went and ate.
Black carriage.
Didn't bother me because
Death.
I don't know what happened with him,
Right.
but you guys seem to be rather favorably.
So I actually apologize. I need a few minutes. Just outside of things, I got a text regarding daycare.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh.
When
So
real
is
life
it-
intrudes.
Okay.
Okay.
So no, continue. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, can we be in the room and just discussing amongst ourselves while you do that?
Potty, upon flashing the coin again.
Potty.
Right, well, I'll just be putting the room up here now. Oop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. As he slips another couple of ticks on his notes. Right, you can take the fourth to the right, if you please.
To the right,
To
he's
the right.
both to the left.
Now you can discuss
Mighty thanks.
amongst yourself the stuff that's in here. I will make a note when you choose to read the paper.
Yes, we
so
should.
that you can look at it.
That would be awesome because we're looking at both papers. She's got one, I got one. We want to compare and contrast and find out who should be what and what should be who.
The reason I think Capricorn is important is because the key to most underworld involvement is defense, the liaison between the thieves and the royalty.
Well, where I come from, Catacorn is kind of considered royalty.
Isn't
So
Anhelion?
he's not the thief,
Anhelion
but
the
he
guy?
may have a connection to one.
It's Anhelion that he deals with here, though, right?
Yes,
Anhelion?
Angelico.
So Angelico. What? Woo! I was off on that.
No.
You know it's cool when you can read your own writing and I can't. Okay. I'm like, well, I need to.
I was
usually
like,
just
is that
take
your
notes.
writing? That looks like Ivan's.
Yeah, no.
Oh, bird!
Wow.
Sick bird.
Messy writing is a sign of
About my
intelligence
writing,
and
this
creativity.
is for you. If you
GM
so
bird.
choose to kind of read.
Are both of them in there or one of them in there?
Just the one.
All
for
right.
you.
That's
That's
the
mine
one
or
I
hers?
swiped.
Because you're the orders.
Wish us luck.
Right. Okay.
The orders. So when you're ready to read it, it's in here.
So we're not looking at what's on my paper.
What's on your paper?
Yeah, her
The
paper.
one I swiped with the
that's
orders.
one. Then that's for you.
Okay.
You swiped the orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and I have the
You're the
people
list.
of interest.
Your
Yeah.
people of interest, which, to be fair, is the exact same list that she has.
Oh, well, that's
Oh
good to know.
man. Okay.
So you swiped the list. We already.
All right. So we get in there.
Well, wait.
Without-
Wait. Let's
no.
look and see. Go get it. Let's see what's on it.
Okay. Well, I just
Because
want
our
to.
list did not have.
He didn't say that. No, he never said it. We haven't looked at our list.
Mercus? Edward Mercus?
Oh, I thought our list
So-
didn't have it.
Oh, I don't know if it
No, we don't know if our list has it, but he says it's the exact same list, which means the exact same list. My question is, why are there two different lists?
So.
That's a
Okay.
good question.
Probably.
Behind you, love.
I know, I thought it was different.
I thought it was different too. The one had a seal, which is why. I
Well,
was-
we already know things are not as they seem. If things were as they seem, we wouldn't be here adventuring.
Well, and he was a lot more protective over the one than
Right.
the other.
So then maybe there's something different.
Yeah, maybe the list is the same, but there's
Is there moonlighting?
Yes, moonlighting.
There's probably moonlighting.
Well, I think we saw that.
Stand by the
Okay.
gravestone when the thrush knocks.
So
Oh my gosh.
The last light of the setting
It's
sun.
Angelico.
Oh,
Whatever.
Oh, Angelico, you
Bitch,
know
it's
what I'm
moonlighting.
going to do to you.
Wow.
I'd love there to be moonlighting. So wait, let's see the list.
Okay.
Bring out the
So I just before we look at it,
The reason that I took this, the reason that I took this for you, because everyone else probably might be able to infer this. The reason that I took this is because I feel like this may be the evidence that's damning Merkis.
Okay.
And so, because we still don't know what the evidence is that differentiates a Vadacine practitioner from a Vadacine practitioner who's also conspiring against the queen.
I don't think there is a difference.
I agree.
Either they're just taking out all Vadacine practitioners, which, for me personally, does not hold any water.
Yeah, that's pretty
because
uncool.
you're supposed to be able to practice whatever religion you want in Avalon.
Basically.
Right.
And who is tolerant of religious intolerance?
Well,
Not
and
this
what
guy.
you missed, though,
Yes, what did I miss?
Daniel, is that
Bicklets.
what you missed is that when the guards showed up at the lighthouse and they accused him of having a gathering of 10 or more people and
How many numbers on the list?
And taking communion.
and taking money.
Okay, how many numbers on the list?
No, well,
How many
no,
numbers on the list?
No, but what I mean is, so that was their excuse
to take him
for arresting him.
And
so
I
if
can
there's
tell
10
you,
or more people on that list,
no,
then
the list has like 50 people on it. But they're not saying those 50 people are all from his gathering.
wait, this list has 50 people on it?
No, the list you have. Because I saw it earlier. I snooped it. But... So the problem is they accused him of having 10 or more people at this gathering and collecting money. He had no money, so he had said to us, I obviously haven't taken any money, and I inspected the crap out of that lighthouse. There's no way it could hold more than 5 people at its base.
Okay.
So what they were accusing him of was obviously not okay. So we at that point knew it was a sham. We take him on his word that he's innocent and he's not holding larger gatherings somewhere else, although we really don't know.
And we're over here having dinner while he's being taken away in a black carriage.
Yeah, he's being taken away in a black carriage
awake
while
for
the
96
mayor has tasked us with rounding up more people like him.
Right.
Again, with no further evidence than, well, their name's on this list, word of mouth.
My only question is, why are we having dinner while he's been taken away in a black carriage if there's this little teeny bit of evidence? Shouldn't we have done something?
Because there might be a bigger picture involved.
Obviously, there's a bigger picture.
Right.
Well, and then
I don't know how.
So are we willing to sacrifice?
So what I swiped, and the
Okay.
reason I swiped it was because I was hoping they wouldn't be able to damn him without whatever the evidence or the order is.
That's right.
So this is a death order for Edward Merkis.
Death order.
What you also missed was that I convinced Lieutenant Bastian to go easy on him if I could get him a higher place in the mayor's favor.
So we tried to work a bunch of angles to free Edward.
But we have not
Seems
had
like,
the
it
opportunity.
seems like that was not at all
Well,
successful.
but this is a
tell about
death
publicly.
order on Edward Merkis, asked to be done publicly at Oxenford Prison. Now, this order was probably given to the mayor before your request to go lenient came through, and maybe they cannot actually execute him without this piece of paper.
Now,
That's
wait,
why I
wait.
took the paper.
Who gave the
That's
order? Was
great.
it Anhelion that gave the order?
Who?
Who gave the order? Was it Anhelion? He said something about that was Anhelion.
So the order that we know of, the political order here, is Duke Palfrey gives orders to the mayor, who gives orders to Lieutenant Bastian. Lieutenant Bastian came and took Edward in. That's when
Right,
we
but
did the whole
who-
bandit.
And
He said something-
Angelico is the assistant to Duke Palfrey.
So Angelico is the one who gave the order to.
I think so.
Yes,
Maybe.
remember? He said Angelico was the one who gave the order.
Sucks
I
because
thought
we
that
like Duke
Angelico knew
Palfrey.
something about the boat. Was that completely wrong?
Yeah, I thought Angelico was something about the boat too. That he
Well,
wasn't.
and Angelico was also involved in Catacorn. He's in Catacorn?
Yeah, with Catacorn.
He's involved in both things. But what I'm saying is, so the order to kill
Edward,
Marcus
yeah.
came from Angelico, which ostentatiously came from the Duke. But
Maybe,
the Duke's
but
about religious freedom, so that's kind of a little weird.
Maybe. Yeah, all we know for sure is that the mayor had this order. We don't
Right,
know if
which
it
we
came
now
from the
have.
Duke or Angelico.
But there's also some
There's
information.
no
there.
sign. We don't know who signed it.
But wait, he's supposed to be.
We could
he's
ask
supposed to be
Adam
killed.
when he comes
yeah.
back.
He's supposed to be killed publicly at Oxenford Prison. So are we going to stage a little prison breaky here? Or
Hell yes, we are.
Yeah.
Definitely could.
Now, wait. Disguising is going to be a little tricky. It's just saying, are we going to burn our bridge here at Merkleon? Because if we break him out of prison, then we're pretty much just going after the wrath, unless because all of us are fairly distinctive.
What if we can get in touch with the Vadacine and just give them the alert and tell them one of their own is like being used as a.
The Vadis, we're here. The Vaticine.
Oh, one of the no. I mean, sorry. One of the people who are practicing the Vaticine religion, if there are.
Since we have the list of the people.
But
anyway.
we would need
Like
so we can
recruit
foment Discord.
That's right.
But are there enough of them? But okay, so here's my concern about that. If there's enough of them to rescue him, then there's enough of them to actually foment Discord that he thinks that they're already fomenting by rescuing him. We could be creating
the rebellion.
Trying to find that doesn't exist until we create it by trying to save
At the very least, I
Edward.
do think they should know. They should know.
Well, they should, of course, know. But once again, how many people are there? People capable of doing anything if they did find out and caring? I'm like, we're gonna. I don't want to cause the thing we're supposed to be finding. That's not very good.
I wouldn't want to get political here. I think at the bottom line is that this guy who helped us when we were crashed on the beach is in trouble,
and we need to help him.
And we should break him out. I don't think we should involve the church or anything like that. I think the five of us are more than capable enough.
We are, but the thing is, once we break them out, we've blown our cover, at least in this town, and possibly
We've
caused
made an
issues
enemy of the
all the way
mayor.
through.
And what happens when we break Edward Merkis out?
They
The dude
just get
lives
him
with his
again?
old sick dad at his lighthouse.
What
Is he
if
gonna
the
go to the
order? What
ground?
if we could do this? If the order came from Angelico to murder this guy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Instead of Duke Palfrey, like Angelico took his own it in his own hands. What if we somehow found proof of that, and then if he was the one who did it, then maybe we could coerce him into writing a new order, or nip that at the
There is
bud.
that, and there's also, we can quite simply argue, we could actually just go to the execution and argue for his freedom by the very fact that we know what they're accusing him of is actually impossible.
Or we could go to the execution and demand some type of proof, and when they cannot show this piece of paper that's the order.
We don't even need the order. Like you
said.
said, the lighthouse can only hold 5 people, and there was no money in there. So the charges are false. We know
the
the charges are
trial
false.
has already happened, though.
When did the trial happen? Where was I during the trial? This was a fast few hours
We
here.
weren't at the trial.
We weren't at the trial.
Nobody was at the trial.
No,
we
have been a kangaroo court.
We can demand a retrial. I'm saying we can be at the execution like, well, wait a minute, and I can. The mayor has tasked us with finding the people who are guilty. If we kill someone and I can make the very argument I just made to you guys that if we kill someone who's not guilty, you risk actually causing the thing you're trying to stop.
Right.
I'm going to interrupt for a moment here.
Okay.
Even though I really didn't want to, because I was enjoying seeing this thought process just like compile and the brainstorming and the planning and everything.
We're offline.
Ivan had a family emergency. And it is not a bad emergency. He had to go do something. Nothing's wrong. No one's in danger or anything. He just
Table flip. No.
So he had to go do that. So unfortunately, he had to leave. So,
I can't flip this table. I mean, I know I could, but there's really not.
I mean,
reason.
you
Do I
have the
reason?
strength to do it.
I know, but do I have reason to flip
Can you
the
roll
table?
for it? No, there's no reason to flip the table other than desire alone. So I just want to give you guys a heads up, but I really didn't want to stop you from plotting.
We got
and
15 more minutes to
brainstorming.
plot.
I know. That's why I was kind of like, I could let this go. I was like, but I'm not sure if they're stalling until he gets back, because he's not coming back.
Thank you for breaking up our wonderful. We were good, man. We were
Probably
good. No,
plot
but
for
thank
like
you for the information. Appreciate
It's
it.
okay. We could probably plot for like another 5-10.
Yeah, and then wrap it up.
And then wrap it up and
Yeah.
end a little bit early.
If you guys feel comfortable,
or we could play it out if you want to.
Yeah, play us out.
You missed the shipwreck song. We
I
could
did miss the shipwreck song.
Oh, the shipwreck song
I
was
would
really
like to hear the shipwreck
good.
song. All right, so let's plot for another 5 to 5, and then
You guys
we'll 10, and then
do your thing. I just simply wanted to let you know what was
Thank
happening
you.
and let our audience,
Actually,
of
we don't
course,
have
know
that
what's
much time. We got
happening.
like
You
10
stay
minutes.
seated there though because it makes us feel good if there's somebody.
Someone to talk to and look at.
Can you take no?
Ryan.
So okay.
I was sitting there. I'm like, hold on. So this is what's going on. Okay, I could write a point here. I don't know. I could tell. Okay, so this character's getting introduced, and I'm like, no, it's not my game. I can't do it.
For the most part, everything's okay.
No, everything's fine. Again, it's not a bad
It's a daycare
emergency.
situation.
He
It sounds like
had
he
to
just
go
Okay.
to be there for his son.
Got it.
And that was the big thing. Like he was just like, I have to go. This has to happen right now. I'm so sorry, but I was like, no.
He let this
We can do
gear.
it.
Like the man was serious. He had it.
Yeah,
All right, so
he's
let's
so yeah.
let's
He'll
finish
come
this
back,
plot.
yeah.
Play old ditty.
So, okay, you have a point about that he lives alone or with his doddering old man.
Yeah,
But like I said, the public embarrassment I think is our best.
That's true. Here's
Diplomatic way to go
another
about
option. Here's another option. Is Edward Merkis and his life the thing that we were meant to do when we popped over into the world of Seventh Sea. Because you
think,
got to think about the bigger picture.
But once again, if we just embarrass the officials and just say you can't do this, this is unjust, and get public opinion against the murder, because of his murder of Edward Marcus, then we accomplish our goal. We've been diplomatic. I put the mayor in the way of knowing he's going to be mad at me because I did my job, but he's also going to be mad at us because we did our job. But he's also going to be happy with us because we're doing our it's a wonderful complex place to put him.
And the water ripples far. Like my character definitely has a connection or wants something from Duke Palfrey, but this would directly, I think, at least get to him. Like it might draw him even to Merkleon.
I agree with Alejandro. As long as this means accomplishes more ends than just freeing Edward. Not that I don't want to free Edward, but I caution that we would get sidetracked on that when maybe we have more pressing matters.
It's not going to do that. It's actually going to. It's going
us do our
It's
job.
going to satisfy the honor of not letting this innocent man die. But at the same time, establish us as honorable people who are committed to doing a job.
But then I ask another question. Do you think that this town, this small town, Merkleon, really thinks that Edward Mercus is innocent, or do you think that they just want to kill him?
We can prove he's innocent. We can prove. They're asking for
my
public.
question is that he won't be innocent of that. He will still be guilty of practicing a religion that they're not okay with, and they're finding excuses to kill this guy.
That is 100% it. But once again, if you get in front of a bunch of people and say you cannot kill this man, these are the reasons why, they won't be able to do it then. Perhaps he'll be in danger in the future, but that's not.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think that's the best case scenario.
If they start to step up, then we can be like, look, you asked me to do a job. You are violating the job you asked me to do. If you kill this man, I'm not going to stand for it.
Yeah, and
we can get rowdy. If they want to get rowdy, we can get rowdy.
The mayor won't be there, though, right?
It's a public execution. If he's being executed publicly, there's going to be a great deal of people there, which is the only way that my ruse will work.
Plus, Hector, I don't want to make every decision based on the fact is this the reason why we're here?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I think that our prime characters would still care about.
Let's leave this place a little better than it was when we got here, huh?
Also,
especially the first person. He is the first person that we saw when we landed.
The tiny little girl in that house, and seemingly she was nobody, and then she turned out to be the actual key to the entire destruction.
Yeah.
True.
Everything's a trap. Everyone's important. It's a trap.
Also, I guess I have to point out that on Nicole's note here, it says publicly in quotes.
Exactly.
It's publicly. In quotes, though. What does that mean?
That it's gotta,
That means there's going to be at least a few people.
Ivan is very generous with his quotation marks, I think, as well.
Well, no.
But I think that goes along with your ruse. That would help your ruse.
But that's at a prison. That's not out in front of everybody. It says it's at a prison.
I mean, we're in a small town. There's not a whole lot of entertainment.
That's true.
It said executed publicly. It's probably going to be a hanging. It's probably going to be a town event, and we just go there and we make a big noise and say, "Look, you asked me to do this job. I'm telling you from our observations, from the things we've looked at, what you are accusing him of is actually impossible. He's not what
Damion,
you want."
you're difficult to argue with.
Well, here's my thing. I think that
it's one of my things.
Damion, I think that your plan is really solid if all of those things line up. If the way the situation is when we walk into it is that it's public, is that there's officials there,
even if
all
it's
of
not
that kind of
quote
stuff.
unquote public, we're still going to be there, and we're still going to be
right. But I mean, if we're trying to convince people and there's no people there to convince,
there's at
except for
least going to be the person
corrupt
that's at least going to be person that's killing. But if it's only the corrupt people there, then we can say, look, you've asked me to do. I can say, you've asked me to do a job. I'm going to do the job.
But I like making this. I like going there and doing this decision because no matter what, adventure will happen.
Yeah,
That's true. Adventure will happen. So then we just have to look after our things here, like the ship being inspected, and
fuck,
I think
that's
also
because we don't want that.
Right. If we can
don't want the ship-
find
wait,
No, we don't want to piss the mayor or people who can help
While
us.
he's
Right,
fixing
of
our
course
ship.
not. But what I'm saying is, but we still, like I said, he's only going to get so mad at us for doing the job he asked us to do. That's a rock and a hard place. Because if you do it publicly.
I feel like he asked us to do a job that maybe he wants a different job done than what he told us he wants done.
Well, I'm going to do the job he asked me to do. And if
Right.
he doesn't like that, then he asks the wrong
But
people
that's
to
what
do the job.
right. But if he doesn't like that, then that may screw over our chances of getting our ship fixed and a bunch of other stuff. So I propose that on the way to do that,
Maybe we talk to
also,
Angelico.
if we can find Angelico,
We know
or
where we know where Angelico is.
right, he's across the hall. If we can talk to Angelico, get some more information, and if there's any way we can find someone who is a member of the Vaticine religion who is speaking ill of the queen and causing rebellion, then
That
we
would
could
be
go
good.
to that
If
and
we could actually
say,
find one,
here's
yeah.
a guilty person, that is not a guilty
This
person.
guy actually did this. Now we don't know when this public execution is due to happen.
No, probably
That
sooner
is-
rather than
I mean,
later.
they did just take him away in the black.
Oh man.
I bet there's a time on there.
Well, no, but they probably
You know
took
what?
him to
Our
Offington
characters are
prison.
never going to sleep. They're just never going to
I
sleep.
know.
There's
I
work
think,
to
I
be
think
done.
right now.
I think they took him to Offington. Wait. I think they took him to Offington prison. I think there's probably going to be some kind of public. If it's going to be a public execution, there's probably going to be some kind of announcement about, oh look, we're going to hang somebody.
They won't do it in
Everybody
the
bring
middle of the night. They'll do it in the morning.
Right. They would do it in the morning, or they would do it in the morning or in the afternoon after an announcement.
Okay.
If it's publicly, there's going to be an announcement about it.
They may have already announced it.
Yeah.
We just don't know the town well enough.
No, because we were in the tavern and
I
everybody.
feel
would
like
talk
on
about
that
it,
paper on the
listening.
decree there would be
You can ask
a time.
you'll ask the waitress.
Well, I'm saying,
You'll ask the
I was
bartender.
listening around for anything. Remember while you guys were messing with
yeah.
me? I was like,
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if there's anything going on. He didn't note that there was people talking about an execution, public execution of
It
Edward
could
Marcus,
because it's very
which is something I
normal.
probably would have noticed.
Yeah.
It can't be normal. This is a small town. They
But
don't
the
do
first
executions
time,
everywhere.
we saw that list of the Vadasine people to be rounded up and tried, there were 50 names
Was
on
it
that
to be
list.
rounded up and tried, or just people of interest?
People of interest, but it was
Very important
But
distinction.
Edward Merkis was one of those people of
Okay,
interest
so
on the
you know.
list.
Wait. So you had the same piece of paper, Damien, or you had the same?
He
piece
said
of
I had the same list, but then this is a
I
death
think-
order.
I think I've
so
been
I don't think I have a
confused.
death
I think
order.
he
I
was
got a list of
confused.
people.
Yeah.
I see.
So the list of people that I saw earlier that he had said was very similar to the list that you had.
Right.
The list that I saw earlier was a list of 50 names that
Wait, was there something else in that box?
No. No,
Did you grab the wrong list?
Lieutenant
I know,
Bastion had
Right.
on his horses when they came to get Edward.
So I have the same list as Bastion, probably.
Probably.
Okay.
So it's like 50 people that Lieutenant Bastion was running around trying to
And
get
Merkis
to
was
bring
on
back
there?
to the mayor. And
So-
Merkis was on that list. So we can assume that the other 49 people on the list are in a similar situation to Merkis.
How many of them
Maybe.
have already been grabbed?
We don't know.
Unless there was, maybe there are a few actual plotters.
Right.
And
Which, like Trish said, we should
know.
try to find
If we can find them.
And we may have
more information.
All right, let's
Well, no,
split
we
up.
may have slowed up. What? first time in a sticky situation. Everybody go their own way. We'll figure it out. We have the death order, which means they probably can't carry out the death order until they have the death order.
Hopefully,
That's
the
fingers
idea.
crossed.
More
That's
than
one
likely.
of our backup plans.
Now, and
We've got a few.
we need to know who signed the death order. Is
Yes,
it
so
Helios,
that's an Ivan
or was
question.
it signed by?
So here's our list.
Somebody
Here's
write that
our
down. Okay.
list to do when we come back next week.
Coming back next week, we got a list of. Go ahead.
We have to get some clarification
I'm
from
gonna write
Ivan
it
about
down.
exactly what's on your
She's writing
list
it down? Okay.
and what's on your list. So we're getting clarification from
Clarification
Ivan
on
what's
lists.
We're gonna walk across the hall, bust in on Angelico, see what that dude's all about. Talk to him, get some information.
Right.
We're probably gonna try to maybe I'll go downstairs and get another bar, a little nightcap from the waitress, Brandy. Get some info about what's the happenings.
Remember,
in
we
the
only have
Info
one room.
on the
Wait. Just
execution.
remember, we only have one room.
Fair, that's a good point. But you know what? Remember,
maybe Brandy has a room.
hey, she sleeps someplace
Probably.
as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
No,
you
I know
go.
that.
and then
But will she be getting any sleep in that?
That's what's up, pirate time.
Okay.
We're going to
We
get
are
a good
pirates.
night's sleep, and in the morning, either go and stop an execution or just go and get some more info.
Wait, are we waiting until the morning to mess with Angelico?
No. We're doing
No,
that
doing that
first.
tonight.
Like going across the hall. I'm maybe gonna head downstairs, just get some info, just to
Intel
make sure
from
that there's
Brandy.
not intel from Brandy to make sure that there's not a public execution happening at 6 a.m. so that we don't oversleep. But whenever we get the info, we're gonna go back to our rooms, go to sleep, heal up, wake up in the morning, and either go stop an execution or go and keep getting more information, either looking for somebody who's actually plotting against the queen
Sure.
or going and stopping that execution.
I really think that we've at least postponed the execution.
Hopefully. Is there anything that we missed?
No, I think that
Don't
was
think
right.
so.
Did anybody write all that down?
I did. I wrote it all down.
Okay,
This
good.
is our to-do list for next time. Got it.
The have to-do list.
Awesome. Hopefully Ivan wasn't thinking of a completely different thing than what we
Hopefully he was.
Because I'm like, hey guys, this is great. I could write a story to
week to
this.
watch
This is
it.
fantastic.
You know, so he can watch what we
Okay, great.
discussed, and then
Okay, that sounds good.
and that takes us right up until 6, doesn't it?
Well, it's 5:57.
Great job,
It's
everybody.
5:57.
We have 3 minutes left.
Did you
To
want
play
to?
shipwreck.
Are we cutting off?
Wait,
at
we have
six
to
or
cut off at 6.
Yeah.
We have
How
to
long
cut
is
off.
the song?
So
It's about 3 minutes, but
about 3 minutes, but I mean,
But there's a setup involved.
Yeah.
You don't have-
setup and all this stuff. So
Sorry, folks, we're not going to get to do this. Song.
that being said, where can everyone find everyone starting from my left to the right?
Oh, great.
I'm JasonCharlesMiller.com. You go there, you can find all my social media stuff.
He's got really cool music.
Good music. Good music.
I'm at Vorpahl Sword on all the things.
Damion Poitier on all the things.
At that girl Trish with no I in the girl on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat and Facebook, and Trisha Hershberger on YouTube and Twitch.
All the things.
Hector is funny on Twitter and Instagram, and thank you guys so much for watching ForeverVerse, and we'll be back next week.
We do appreciate it.
All
right. You seeing us next week because we can't see you because you're not here.
Yeah.
I am your non-host and non-DM, Ryan Green. However, the host that should be here is Ivan Van Norman. If you're tuning in just now, you're the asshole that likes to read the end of the book before you read the rest of it, which you shouldn't do. Go back and watch the rest of the episode, and you'll see why he had to leave. He had a family emergency in a positive way. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Positive emergency?
In a positive way, as in not a negative one.
Okay.
Yes.
Have a wonderful night, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for
See
ForeverVerse.
all of that plotting come to fruition.
It happened.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of ForeverVerse. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe as we'll be releasing episodes on every Thursday on GNS's YouTube, starting with the first episode right here. If you'd like to jump ahead to the current point in our campaign, you can always watch us live on Twitch, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch ForeverVerse episodes that are available right now, you can always go to ProjectAlpha.com. They are all there for you. And if you want to watch episodes that we've already released on YouTube, there's this fun little playlist right here. Thanks. Goodbye.